Once upon a time, not too long ago, scientists and astronauts from all over the world had a big, exciting idea. They wanted to build a house in space where they could live, work, and learn more about the cosmos. This house would be called the International Space Station, or ISS for short. The story of the ISS began in 1984 when the President of the United States, Ronald Reagan, gave NASA a special task. He asked them to build a space station within the next 10 years. NASA was thrilled. They began to plan and design right away. However, building a house in space was a very big job. It was too big for just one country to do all by itself. So in 1993, the United States invited Russia, a country with its own impressive space program, to join the project. Russia said yes, and the two countries began to work together. Soon, other countries like Canada, Japan, and many in Europe decided they wanted to help too. With so many smart scientists and engineers from all over the world working together, the dream of a space house started to become a reality. The first piece of the ISS, a module called Zarya, was launched into space by Russia in 1998. Zarya means sunrise in Russian, symbolizing the dawn of a new era of international cooperation in space. A few weeks later, the United States sent up a module called Unity. With a special spaceship, astronauts connected Unity and Zarya together in space. It was the beginning of the ISS. Over the next few years, more and more pieces were sent up into space and added to the ISS. It was like building a giant Lego set, but in space. Each piece had a special purpose. Some were for the astronauts to live in, others were for doing science experiments, and some were for exercise and keeping the astronauts healthy. The ISS grew and grew until it was as big as a football field. It had laboratories, sleeping quarters, a gym, and even a place to grow plants. It was a real house in space, with everything the astronauts needed to live and work. The first crew of astronauts moved into the ISS in the year 2000. Since then, it's been home to hundreds of astronauts from many different countries. They live there for months at a time, doing important science, learning more about space, and showing us all how people from different places can work together to do amazing things. The ISS is not just a house in space. It's a symbol of what can be achieved when countries put aside their differences and work together. It's a shining example of international cooperation, scientific discovery, and human ingenuity. And so, the ISS continues to orbit our Earth, a beacon of unity in the vastness of space. As we look up at the night sky, we can't help but marvel at what we humans can achieve when we work together. The story of the ISS is still being written, and who knows what exciting chapters are yet to come. And that, dear children, is the story of the International Space Station, a story of teamwork, discovery, and reaching for the stars. A story that shows how, with unity and cooperation, we can make even the biggest dreams come true.